This is the same fellow who told you this is going to end by Easter last time. This is the same fellow who told you that, don't worry, we're going to end this by the summer. We're about to go into a dark winter. A dark winter.
Thousands of people sit without electricity. Imagine what that's like. You walk outside, you turn on your phone, there's no signal. You go back inside, you turn on the TV, no signal. You turn on the radio, no power. You turn on the faucet, no water.
On June 22, 2001, the United States government began Operation Dark Winter. Operation Dark Winter was not a war game. Instead, it was something more unusual. Dark Winter was a germ game. In 2001, the U.S. military, government, and media launched a mock battle against pathology. The premise was simple. A bioterror organization released a deadly virus into the country, and smallpox is spreading quickly. The U.S. government must now react to contain the outbreak and stop further harm. How did we do? The results were disastrous. Within 48 hours, the government failed its objectives. The loss of human life was high, and when Operation Dark Winter ended 3 days later, a summary of recommendations were given to implement across different levels of government to better prepare in case of a future dark winter.
There's no way we could ever experience a large blackout affecting the entire or a large portion of the United States of America.
We know all too well.
We're forecasting 0 degrees.
But you can tell by the accents.
Main thing I'm trying to do is keep the daggum pool from freezing.
We're not just talking Minnesota.
How historic is this winter weather event?
We're seeing impacts as far north as International Falls all the way down to the southern point of Texas.
Tyler Hasenstein is a meteorologist with the National Weather Service.
And typically we don't see weather events that are happening across the country that far.
Just look at this temperature map from this morning. It's like Arctic air took a nosedive straight down the center of the U.S. In our neck of the woods, that meant a weekend of 3 straight days with the high temp staying below 0.
For the Twin Cities, this is one of the longest stretches we've had of not getting above 0 degrees, at least in February.
Hasenstein says our cold snap is lasting longer than the 2019 polar vortex, but it's not as intense.
So 2019, we had wind chills that were as cold as the 60s below 0. And our coldest has generally been around 40s below 0 for this stretch.
Just how historic is this weather event for your area?
It's extremely historic.
Scott Paget is the chief meteorologist at our CBS station in Dallas, Texas.
We had a wind chill warning issued for the first time ever in North Texas history. And that's when the wind chill gets 18 degrees below 0.
The dangerous cold has led to rolling blackouts across the state.
Nearly 250,000 in Dallas County.
To keep their power grid from overloading.
What are some of the warnings you're telling them that you've probably never had to say before?
Really trying to drive home the fact of your pipes are going to burst. This is pipe bursting cold, and trying to let everyone know what to do. Keep your cabinets open.
12 degrees might sound balmy at this point to Minnesotans, but that was the high temperature in Dallas today, tied for the city's coldest high ever.
Hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow? Or hast thou seen the treasures of the hail which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war?
Overnight, historic and dangerous cold taking aim at millions. Power lines and trees collapsing from the weight of freezing rain. In New Jersey, a transformer exploding. A blitz of snow and ice making driving conditions treacherous. Police pleading with people to stay off the roads. In Ohio, tractor trailers and cars lining the road, waiting to be rescued and pulled from the snow. Frozen roads making dangerous conditions for driving in Chicago, where more than 2 feet of lake-effect snow has fallen. And Texans are waking up to some of the coldest temperatures on record.
It's like a walk-in freezer.
From this fiery wreck in Oklahoma to whiteout conditions in Arkansas and down to Texas. An unparalleled winter storm targeting southern states unused to a powerful mix of snow, ice, and below freezing temperatures. Cars and trucks providing no match for roads and interstates blanketed with sheets of ice, sending vehicles careening out of control. In Texas, for the first time, all 254 counties in the state are under winter storm warnings. The Lone Star State hasn't seen temperatures like this in over 30 years.
And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, But can ye not discern the signs of the time?
Temperatures have forced many to seek out local shelters. City officials are warning residents that many shelters are reaching capacity, and the mayor is telling residents to avoid driving on dangerous streets. The snow and icy roads have caused more than 130 traffic accidents on Sunday night alone in Houston.
It's not just the overpasses and the bridges, it's every street, every road in this crisis that is dangerous. So I want to encourage people to stay home, to stay off the road.
In El Paso, this car pileup left tractor trailers overturned. In Oklahoma, roads are hardly visible, covered with snow and ice. These tractor trailers collided, sparking a dangerous fire on an Oklahoma highway. Oklahoma City has gone a record 5 days with temperatures below 20 degrees. The state could see up to 12 inches of snow by Tuesday. And over the weekend, Washington and Oregon saw huge amounts of snowfall. Seattle saw a record-breaking 11 inches. Truckers have been stranded for days in Oregon trying to dig out from the snow.
It's open, but I'm empty, and with these high winds, it'll just blow me off the road.
We're going to begin with breaking news on the nationwide deep freeze that's endangering lives and shattering records across the country. Nearly 200 million Americans are now in the path of a dangerous winter storm system, with warnings and alerts now stretching from the Mexican border all the way to Maine. Across the South and the Midwest, snow, ice, and sub-zero temperatures are shutting down airports, causing car crashes and forcing vaccination centers to cancel appointments. But tonight, nowhere is harder hit than Texas, where more than 3 million homes and businesses are without power and heat. The electrical grid simply can't.
One day, Jesus is coming. You may be at church. You may be at work. You may be asleep. God grant that you will be ready when he makes his personal appearance. My God, what if his appearance occurs on a Sunday morning?